Hi, I'm Ryan.
Hi, I'm Aiden.
And this is episode 2 of our
Let's Talk series,
which is all about
coming out. I'm
coming.
I'm coming. Dub it over.
Coming out. Anyways,
This
let's
is
move
not
on.
the Lion King.
A wimble, a coming out, a coming out, out. Gay.
Right. Basically, during this video, are we going to talk about
I'm
subscribing?
gonna be a massive gay. Anyways,
Basically, during this video, we're going to talk about all the different aspects of coming out of the closet. We aren't going to talk about our own stories because that's going to be separate videos. But before we get started, we would just like to say, if you haven't already, please
like, share, and subscribe this video. But no, seriously, click that subscribe button because you are missing out if you're not subscribed to Ryan and Aiden.
We have tons of content, all which that you would probably like, hopefully. We would like to think.
Fingers crossed. Anyways, on with the show.
Right, so first thing we'd like to address is, well, from our personal experience of coming out, we feel that even though you do it once, usually it is to your parents or the person who you find it most difficult, right? Then you have to do it another 1,000 times to everybody else who you come across.
You never really stop coming out because you'll meet someone new next week, whether that's a new colleague or whether it's someone in the street that you've been talking to or a friend of a friend that they don't know that you're either lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender or whatever sexuality you identify as.
And a lot of the time, with some people, they don't even really address it. So you could say, oh, I'm going to bring my boyfriend, or yes, I'm with my partner who's called Ryan, and they won't even think twice about it. But some people will actually clock it, won't they?
Yeah.
They'll go, oh, so you're gay then?
And then, oh, I'd love a gay best friend. Or,
Yeah.
like, how do you find being gay? And I understand that, like, some people are offended by those kind of questions. Me, not so much. It just depends on how they say it or what they are actually saying and what they mean by it.
Ryan doesn't have to come out because everyone just knows he's a massive gay. Me, on the other hand.
People aren't sure about Aiden.
Which?
Yeah, right.
Ha!
Coming out, for a lot of people,
Is incredibly anxious and scary, and we understand that because we've been through the same thing. You know, we come from quite a conservative part of the northeast of England, and it's not celebrated so much here than we would expect.
yeah,
or
but
like
nor
it to
is it. It doesn't have to be celebrated, but no,
be accepted.
it is accepted up here. I think it depends on which area you are in, but I think you find that in all towns there is an area where are more accepting, and then there is areas of that town which aren't as accepting, maybe.
I feel like I'm not being fair by saying it's, not accepting. I'd say it's not the normality, so it's a bit of something different. So when people kind of look at it from that standpoint, they kind of want to know more about it, and that's what creates this big scene around it. Instead of it just being like a man and woman walking down the street, you wouldn't even look twice at that because it's just such a normal thing. When it's two guys or two girls, it's still something that draws your attention because it's just not the norm yet. We hope that in
Fingers
the future
crossed
it will be.
And
we are progressing so quickly, I do think.
But yet there is still so much left to do.
Gay rights. Another point that we'd like to say is just that being in the closet is so unhealthy.
If you're doing it for such a long time.
You find yourself questioning everything that you do.
And then you say, what do these people think of me?
Yeah.
Do they know my secrets?
And it becomes a mind right? And you struggle to then be consciously your own person. You build a character, right?
You build your life around this character that isn't you.
Yeah.
So it is always good to come out. However, that said, in some circumstances, it can be extremely tough.
Or impossible. You know, you could live in a society where it is impossible to come
illegal?
out.
It can be illegal.
Yeah, we always say this. We have won the birth lottery in the fact that we can be who we are and that we can walk down the street and we can do whatever we want to do. And people might look, but it's not illegal. So we actually...
But nevertheless, there are people in the UK where they came out to their parents
and they've
shunned. Yeah, which is so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
On the basis that we are lucky enough to never experience that. But our coming out stories are to come in the next 2 videos.
On a positive note, to help you guys, what we found is that although there are people who kind of will have an opinion and they'll tell you and they don't agree with it, or
They'll be negative.
they'll be negative towards it,
Whether that's extremely negative.
or just a slight something. Just one thing is when people say, I don't have a problem with gay guys, but when they're all up in me face, I don't like it.
Yeah. What is that about?
That angers me. Like, surely you should just accept anybody for who they are, not because of the...
And that's like me saying, I don't mind people being straight, but as long as they're not doing that all in front of my face. Sir, madam, whoever says that to me, do you really think I'm going to be in front of your face? No. That annoys me when
people say that, it me off as well, actually. Carrying on from what I was saying, there are always people who are positive about it and who are really loving and who...
Allies.
Yeah, allies. And let's just focus on those people and be friends with those people and put all of our effort into those people, because those...
No matter how hard it is,
Yeah.
with those people that are negative towards you when you come out, whether that's even a relative or your best friend, my opinion, it's just mine, you don't have to agree with it, they aren't worth your time.
No.
If they can't love you or accept you for who you are, bye-bye, baby.
Yeah. And actually, let's just dwell a little bit on that kind of person. Isn't that such a person, right? Who would allow their beliefs and their ethics
And opinions.
to dictate the relationship they have with a loved one? Isn't that fucking ridiculous? It's unbelievable that someone would actually do that. And if someone does do that, stick your two fingers up to them, or your middle finger as it is in America, and just tell them to off. Honestly. Because they are not worth a moment. They're not even worth a consideration or any word that comes out of your mouth. Don't even try. Just say off.
Oh, Aiden's going ranty.
I'm getting really angry about that because I've just thought about that. Like, that's not a nice person. It's not a person to be. You know?
It's true.
And if they're religious, Jesus is watching down thinking you're a
Jesus had 12 men behind him.
Don't think he didn't And finally, when you are in a position where everyone around you loves you and accepts you, and you finally feel ready to come out of the closet, right, and accept yourself, it is the most liberating experience. You finally get a weight taken off your shoulder, and all your fears go, and you can continue your life happily and with many rainbows and flags, and you can find yourself a wonderful boyfriend or girlfriend, and you can live out the rest of your life in pure happiness.
I think when you do come out, it is a key part of your life where everything from then on can be true, whether that is true to your parents, your grandparents, your friends, people that you're going to meet in the future. Hiding who you are isn't healthy.
No, it's not.
But you do have to love yourself before other people can love you. Or as RuPaul says, practically, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell is someone else going to... What is it?
If you can't love yourself, how
in
the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen in here?
Amen. Mm-hmm. There we go. Shame on me for not knowing that.
I know, shame on you.
Shame on me.
Please, guys, if you are going through situations and you are struggling with coming out of the closet and you need some advice or some help, comment and we'll get back to you.
If you've enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And like we said at the beginning of the video, do click that subscribe button because you are missing on weekly, sometimes twice weekly, and sometimes even thrice weekly content. Mm-hmm. Have a lovely day. Mwah. Hi, I'm Ryan.
Hi, I'm Aiden.
And this is
my coming out story. So to accept it was difficult. It took me a lot of time and I was in denial for a while.
With yourself?
Yeah, with myself. And so I used to put on a character. So I would try and be straight. I would try and act more laddish. I used to hang around with all the lads.